Here's your news for February 17th, 2020. We're kicking off today with some huge news for WrestleMania 36, as John Cena's opponent for the show of shows may have been revealed. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Cena will be facing Elias on April 5th in Tampa, with the plan being that the match will help elevate the musical superstar despite the likelihood that he'll lose. Cena and Elias are no stranger to each other at the Showcase of the Immortals, as the pair have had confrontations at the past two WrestleManias, with Big Match John getting the upper hand on the former 24/7 champion both times. There have also been reports that Cena could be in line to compete for his 17th WWE World Championship at the show, either against Goldberg or Bray Wyatt, depending on who leaves Super Showdown with the Universal title. Cena's been announced for the February 28th edition of Smackdown, the first event after the show in Saudi Arabia, so hopefully we'll have a better plan then of what the company has planned for him. From Smackdown to Raw now, as one superstar who's been receiving a mini push since joining the Red brand is Erick Rowan, who has been flattening his opponents. As part of his push, the former Bludgeon brother has been seen carrying a mysterious pen with him wherever he goes, and has been vicious in his attacks on anyone who's tried to see what he's been carrying. According to Brad Shepard, the fans may finally get an answer as to what the former SmackDown Tag Team Champion is carrying, as he claims that the plan is for the pen to contain a spider. In his tweet, Shepard added that there was no rhyme or reason behind Rowan carrying a spider all this time, and that this plan could change before the reveal. Over the years, there have been plenty of stars who have brought animals to the ring, from Jake the Snake Roberts to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and it looks like Rowan will be the next to join that list with his alleged spider. From WWE to AEW now, as the company has done a lot of big things since their debut in January last year, but there are still some places that don't want to be affiliated with the upstart promotion. In a report by Fightful Select, the Heritage Bank Center, formerly known as the US Bank Arena in Cincinnati, Ohio, is refusing to host any All Elite Wrestling events due to their existing relationship with WWE. This is certainly bad news for Cincinnati native Jon Moxley, who's been pushing AEW to run a show in the arena, according to the report. The last time the WWE used the center was for a live event in December last year, though the arena has also played host to Cyber Sunday 2006, as well as WWE Starrcade 2018. Time will tell whether more arenas follow suit, but it's interesting to see that despite all the success AEW has had so far, they still have a long way to go to compete with WWE. We're going back in time to last year now, as Eric Bischoff's tenure as the executive director of SmackDown didn't exactly last long. After 3 months of the former WCW magnate reportedly doing very little, Bischoff was let go from the company, and on his podcast this week, Bischoff gave his thoughts on Raw's executive director Paul Heyman. While Heyman has been praised by fans for his treatment of the Red brand and its superstars, Bischoff claimed that the former ECW owner doesn't actually have much power. He said, "Paul Heyman doesn't have creative control, and anybody who thinks he does is kidding themselves. I know Paul doesn't, and neither does anybody else. One guy has creative control, and we all know who that is. When I said, while I was there I didn't have creative control, I was being honest. I didn't because one man did. Paul Heyman doesn't, Eric Bischoff didn't. Nobody who follows in my steps, including Bruce Pritchard, you know how much I love Bruce, or Paul Heyman, have creative control." There's always a chance that Bischoff is a bit resentful at WWE for how his last tenure went, but according to Eazy-E himself, he's happy with how his career has gone. Speaking of interesting careers, SmackDown superstar Sasha Banks has had a unique 12 months to say the least. As well, there was a time when the boss was reportedly ready to walk out of the company. It seems Banks is here to stay. Now though, the former Raw Women's and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion has shown off her acting talents, as the boss has reportedly filmed scenes for Season 2 of the Disney Plus hit show, The Mandalorian. This news was first reported by Mat Men Pro Wrestling and later confirmed by Pro Wrestling Sheet's Ryan Satin, who has appeared several times on FS1's WWE Backstage. Set in the Star Wars universe following the collapse of the Galactic Empire, the show has been a hit with fans of the films, though there are currently no details known about Banks' role on the show or how prominently she'll be featured. The boss has been off WWE TV for over a month now to supposedly heal up from an ankle injury, though if this injury isn't legitimate, she will have had ample time to film her scenes for the show. Fans will have to wait until October 2020 for the show's second season, and with Disney boss Robert Iger teasing that there may be Mandalorian spin-off shows after this second season, Banks may not be the only WWE superstar to make the trip to a galaxy far, far away. Back to the ring now, we all know that WWE is looking for the next generation of superstars, and this week, the company announced their largest talent tryout in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The 4-day open talent tryout in Riyadh will feature up to 50 wrestlers trying out to impress WWE officials, and this will be the second tryout in Saudi Arabia after the first in April 2018 led to NXT superstar Mansoor being signed to the company. In a statement by WWE COO Triple H, the Game said that he was excited for the tryouts and gave his own advice to anyone thinking of applying. He said, "I have a message for every athlete and performer in Saudi Arabia who has a dream of becoming a WWE superstar. WWE is coming to Riyadh to help you make that happen. This is your chance to take an opportunity, and one day you could be walking down the ramp as a WWE superstar while thousands of fans chant your name. It'll be interesting to see which wrestlers impress the WWE enough to get through to the WWE's Performance Center, as the company's global talent initiative shows no signs of slowing down." From some new stars of the company to arguably the biggest star of all time, as Hulk Hogan appeared on Smackdown this week via satellite, helping to hype up the Universal title match between Bray Wyatt and Goldberg at Super Showdown. Unfortunately, the Hulkster's return didn't mean a rise in the company's viewing figures, as the show averaged 2.48 million viewers, down from the week prior, which did 2.53 million. According to Showbuzz Daily, this week's SmackDown also saw a dip in the coveted 18 to 49-year-old demographic from 0.8 to 0.7, but the Blue brand still tied for first place on the night. After promoting the Universal title match at Super Showdown, Hogan was interrupted by Wyatt, and the Hulkster said he would love to see The Fiend in Tampa for the Hall of Fame, where Hogan will receive his second induction for his work as part of the New World Order. Hopefully next week's SmackDown will see a rise in viewers, as in addition to being the first SmackDown after Super Showdown, the show will also feature the return of John Cena, giving fans plenty of reasons to tune in. Back to Raw now, and though MVP has claimed to have wrestled his final WWE match, it doesn't seem like fans have seen the last of the former United States Champion. Following a return to the Red brand where he hosted the VIP lounge with his guest Drew McIntyre, PW Insider is reporting that MVP is also scheduled to be at Raw tonight, though didn't reveal what his role will be. Appearing on Booker T's podcast this week, MVP confirmed that he'll be joining the company as a backstage producer, meaning that there will be plenty of opportunities for the former champion to appear on TV if he and the company choose for him to appear. Time will tell whether he makes any more appearances on screen for the company, but given his talent on the microphone, there are plenty of opportunities for him on television outside of being an in-ring superstar. We're looking ahead to WrestleMania 36 now, and though there are only a couple of matches announced for the show, there has been plenty of speculation on future matches. According to Rumours, one huge match that's expected to be added will see AJ Styles take on The Undertaker, who hasn't wrestled since teaming with Roman Reigns last year to defeat Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon at Extreme Rules. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said he couldn't understand the reasoning for the Cena-Elias match, but did understand the Styles-Taker match. He said, "At least in some ways I can understand that match. At least, number one, AJ Styles is a heel. Number two, AJ Styles can lose to The Undertaker and it ain't gonna hurt him at all. Number three, if you're gonna have The Undertaker in a match, you might as well have it against one of your best guys so it doesn't suck, you know what I mean?" Meltzer went on to explain that losing to the Phenom won't be a detriment to Styles, as it seems the Phenomenal One will be having yet another high-profile opponent after facing stars like Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon in previous years. We mentioned that last year's edition of Extreme Rules featured a huge tag team match featuring the Demon of Death Valley, but it seems like the company isn't so hopeful for this year's show. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, the WWE is reportedly not setting up very many seats for the event, and it was a, quote, scary low number. If the Observer's report is correct, then WWE appears to only be selling seats that will be seen on camera, though if these sections sell out, then it's logical to assume that other areas of the arena will be opened up. This year's Extreme Rules pay-per-view will take place in San Jose, California on July 19th and will be the final main roster pay-per-view on the road to SummerSlam, which will take place on August 23rd in Boston, Massachusetts. And finally today we're ending with some news from NXT TakeOver Portland, as the show certainly left fans with a lot to talk about. After Rhea Ripley successfully defended her NXT Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, the Australian superstar was attacked by Charlotte Flair, who revealed that she is using her 2020 Women's Royal Rumble win to challenge Ripley for the title at WrestleMania 36. With this announcement, the Queen is set to compete in her 5th straight title match at WrestleMania, where she hopes to regain the championship she last held in early 2015. This will mark the first time the NXT Women's title will be defended at WrestleMania, but this wasn't the only bit of huge news from the show. Also at TakeOver Portland, the unlikely pairing of Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne kept their momentum going as they followed up winning the Dusty Tag Team Classic by winning the NXT Tag Team titles from the Undisputed Era. Speaking of the group, NXT champion Adam Cole fared much better than his cohorts as he was able to retain his title against Tommaso Ciampa, but he didn't do it alone. Though there were times when it seemed Ciampa had the match won, it was a heel turn by Johnny Gargano, who betrayed his best friend, that caused Cole's impressive title reign to continue. Gargano and Ciampa are no strangers to sharing the ring, either as partners or opponents, and it seems like the pair are ready to write the next chapter in their lengthy history. There was also big news for the NXT UK brand, as their 4th TakeOver event has been confirmed. On Sunday, April 26th, NXT UK TakeOver Dublin will take place in the Irish capital, and this follows from 2 specials in Blackpool, England, and 1 in Cardiff, Wales. With everything else that happened at NXT TakeOver, there's certainly plenty for fans to tune in for next week, as the Gold brand will hope to defeat AEW Dynamite in the Wednesday Night Wars.